Affirmative Cross-examination, Chris Jacobson.
And I'm Haley Jones. Alright, so I watched your video and you talked about heating the moon's dust to produce helium-3. Now, do you think that that small amount of a sample we have on Earth is enough evidence to know that we have a vast amount on the moon? And what is your backing on this?
There's been several studies that show that lunar winds bring helium-3 because the sun is made out of helium to the moon, and because of the density of helium-3, it settles on the moon dust. So by heating it to 600 degrees Celsius, according to researchers on the Artemis project, you separate and you lift that helium-3 from the moon dust. Just to clarify on that, I don't know if I'm answering your question well enough. Good. All right.
Alright. And then how do you suggest that we fund the process of going to and from the moon, especially if you're focusing on how it's the US?
That's a great question. There's no doubt that it's very costly, but just as Russia is doing the same thing with a company called Energia, I think it has to be done through tax dollars. A lot of our money needs to be rediverted, a lot of our funds rediverted to this, because this can obviously help our economy a great ton. So I think we'll do it with the U.S. tax dollars.
And then, do you think that the U.S. has enough supporters on this to win power over this, like you said in your argument?
Yeah, I mean, I think there is a lot of backing for this, and a lot of people understand the necessity for HE3. HE3 and this energy can be the solution to our energy crisis, and I think once the common day American understands that and sees that, then backing will be almost unanimous.
But how do you think it will benefit the U.S. right now if we aren't the ones that are advancing on it and Russia is?
That's exactly my point. I think we need to advance on it right now and as fast as we can. HE3 will totally change our economy. We won't be fuel dependent anymore. Fossil fuel will now have almost a monopoly on HE3 if we can get there first.
And expanding on the same topic, how do you expect that we'll even receive any of the HE3? How do you expect them to divide that between countries if you're going to focus on more of a political aspect?
I'm thinking that we get there first and we take claim, and it's all ours. That's what I'm hoping for. That we can get there and we can get the land, and the HE3 is on that land. So the HE3 is ours at that point, if I believe correctly. And I think with that we won't need to divide, and that will create a monopoly for our economy.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.